Namaste, and welcome to the Quant Risk channel. A successful career, something we all strive for. But what if I tell you that a gentleman named Moivre is probably more responsible for your career growth than you are? Surprise? Don't be. Want to know why? Keep listening. Moivre, not your hard work, may be driving your career path when we think about professional growth. Most of us imagine long hours, relentless dedication, and consistent performance as the primary drivers. But what if your career trajectory is being shaped by a mathematical model created nearly 300 years ago? Surprising as it may sound, the legacy of Abraham de Moivre, a mathematician from 1733, continues to influence how modern workplaces evaluate employees today. The legacy of Abraham de Moivre. Abraham de Moivre was a pioneer in probability theory. His work laid the foundations for statistical methods that underpin fields ranging from finance to insurance. One of his most enduring contributions was advancing the understanding of the normal distribution, often recognized as the bell curve. This simple yet powerful idea that most outcomes cluster around the average has echoed across centuries. What started as a tool for understanding probabilities has become the backbone of performance evaluation systems in organizations worldwide. The bell curve in HR practices. In corporate settings, the bell curve has been widely adopted in employee appraisals. The assumption is straightforward. Around 67% of employees fall near the average. A small percentage are deemed top performers. Another small group falls below expectations. Bonuses, promotions, and even retention decisions often depend on this distribution. For decades, the bell curve has been seen as a fair way to separate excellence from mediocrity. Properties of normal distribution. Symmetry. The curve is bell-shaped, centered around the mean, concentration around the average. About 67% of values fall within plus or minus 1 standard deviation of the mean. Thin tails. Extreme high or low values are rare. Assumption of homogeneity. Most individuals are expected to perform close to the average. Properties of a normal distribution. Challenging the assumptions. Numerous studies, including large-scale analyses of performance in teams and individual productivity, reveal that performance follows skewed or power law distributions, not a normal curve. Harvard scholars have also criticized bell curve-based evaluation systems as misaligned with real-world dynamics. In fact, Harvard Business School commentary has specifically critiqued forced ranking, a practice derived from the bell curve, as failing to reflect actual performance, often leading to distorted evaluations and disengagement. This distribution looks more like a power law or skewed curve than the tidy bell curve. The implication? Many appraisal systems are based on faulty assumptions, risking the undervaluation of genuine talent. Properties of a power law. Skewed distribution. Asymmetry. The curve is heavily skewed, with a long tail on one side. Extreme outliers are common. A small percentage of individuals account for a large share of total outcomes. No meaningful average. The mean is less useful because most values cluster low, while a few dominate at the high end. Examples in real life. Wealth distribution, Pareto principle, scientific productivity, sports performance, and organizational output. Real-world illustration. Cricket performance. Cricket offers a vivid analogy. While most players perform around a baseline level, a handful consistently achieve exceptional results. Their contributions shape the outcome of entire matches. This isn't a symmetrical distribution, it's skewed, with the minority driving the majority of success. When applied to workplaces, the same logic holds true. True outliers exist. and their value cannot be captured by a system that insists most people must fall in the middle. Career implications. The reliance on outdated bell curve models has real consequences. Misrepresentation of performance. Exceptional performers may not be recognized if systems force-fit them into an average band. Systemic evaluation issues. Appraisals often reflect structural assumptions rather than individual effort. Demotivation and attrition. Talented employees may disengage if their contributions are undervalued. In other words, your growth is not always a reflection of your work, it's often shaped by the mathematics behind. Appraisal systems. Toward fairer appraisals. The good news is that awareness is growing. Progressive organizations are moving toward appraisal methods that account for real distributions of talent and contribution. These systems focus less on fitting people into statistical molds and more on recognizing actual impact. For employees, the key lies in understanding the foundations. By knowing the math and history that underpin HR practices, professionals can better interpret their evaluations and navigate career decisions wisely. Conclusion. Abraham de Moivre might not have imagined that his 18th century work on probability would someday influence careers in the 21st century. Yet his bell curve remains a silent hand in shaping how organizations judge talent. The challenge before us is clear. Move beyond outdated models and create appraisal systems that truly reflect human potential. Because in the end, your growth should be determined not by a 300-year-old curve, but by the value you bring to your work. We simplify complexities into clear insights. For continuous insights from our channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and follow.